Deuteronomy 22:28-29.
Yes. Oh, come on. Don't use that one, man. Stuck for Allah, get stuck for Allah. What about it? I know what you think it means. No, it's not about rape, dude.
No. I want to say, so this, right? Okay, here, let me go to the
I have
thing.
it right here. I know what you want to read. I have it right here. I have an article on this, and I've dealt with this. But then I'm going to then answer your misunderstanding because you're getting it from a website. That's okay. All right, Deuteronomy 22:28-29. If a man finds a girl who's a virgin, who's not engaged, seizes her and lies with her, and they are found, then a man who lay with her shall give to the girl's father 50 shekels of silver, and she shall become his wife. Because he has violated her, he cannot divorce her all her days.
Okay.
So you're thinking because certain translations say rape, it means he raped her?
I'm saying, since some translations say rape and this says something else, those different translations are saying different. They have different meanings. They're
because everyone is assuming the meaning of the original language. It's like the Arabic of the Quran. If I give you certain translation says Allah is the best of all deceivers, you'd say no. That's not what the Arabic means. Yeah, but this translation says best of all deceivers. You say no, that's not the Arabic. So instead of giving me translations who dropped the ball, if you've examined the Hebrew as I did, because I had to do it, I have an article on it, it doesn't mean that. In fact, I'm going to show you my article, but first, Deuteronomy, the word Deuteronomy comes from two words. I need you to listen so you can understand what's happening here. Deuteros nomos means the second law, meaning this is now Moses about to die, and before he dies, he repeats the law that he shared with them at the start of the 40 years. Because if you read Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy, Moses has spent 40 years in the wilderness. When they came into the wilderness, he gave them these laws, but then 40 years later, he then goes over them and revises them. Let me prove it to you. This is Deuteronomy, right?
Yes.
Exodus, he already mentioned this. Exodus 22:16-17. If a man seduces a virgin who's not engaged and lies with her, he must pay a dowry for her to be his wife. If her father absolutely refuses to give her to him, he shall pay money equal to the dowry for the virgin. So he already mentioned this law in the beginning, at the start of the 40 years when they entered the wilderness. So now, as he's about to die 40 years later, he's reminding them of the laws that he's instructed them. It's not about raping. It's about enticing a woman to have sex with her. The word patha means to entice, to have sex with her. Now, you're too young, and God forbid you follow this lifestyle, and I hope you don't. Hope you don't follow. But if you go to, I don't know where you go now, because I was in the 80s, 90s. We used to go to, not discos, nightclubs. I don't know what you have now. Or you go to the hookah places, you're going to have guys hitting on women, seducing them to have sex with them, right?
Most likely, yes.
But you can't do that because you're going to have to fear God. So you better be a good boy. And you better not be saying, "Oh, I believe in Allah," and then you jump in bed with women. All right?
Okay.
What it's saying here is, if a man has seduced a woman and gets her to have sex with him, and they're caught, he's going to now marry her and can never divorce her. That's Where do you find rape in these commands?
Well, this is obviously Exodus. I was talking about Deuteronomy, where it actually says the word rape.
Let's see. Let's pretend you were listening.
No, you're saying that the word rape does not have the same meaning because
no, it doesn't have rape neither in the Hebrew of Deuteronomy 22 or Exodus. But did you hear what I said about Deuteronomy? What was Deuteronomy again?
It's the second law of,
which is Moses repeating the law that he shared with them when?
Exodus 40 years or something.
Okay, so what do you mean it's different? It's the same passage given at two different times, because now he's giving them the law over again and reiterating it and its meaning. It has nothing to do with rape.
So now why is there some versions of this that say the word rape?
I have no idea. I'll call them and ask them if you want. I got a direct hotline to heaven, and then I have a direct line into the publishing companies. I don't know. They can translate the way they want. So not everyone has understanding. You should know this as a Muslim. Does everyone understand the Quran?
No.
Does everyone who talks about the Quran understand it?
No.
You say you're Sunni. So when a Shia cleric talks about the Quran or the life of Muhammad, he claims to be a scholar. Do you recognize the scholarship?
No.
No, right? Okay, so that's the point. So don't give me a translation. Give me the context. Here's the article on, does the Old Testament condone rape? Here it is. Now, guys, I'm going to give it to you. And I read a translation that uses the word rape, but then I give you the Hebrew words. But here you go for the rest of you. Here's the article. So it has nothing to do with rape. It has to do with seducing, enticing a woman to have sex with her. And if you're caught, then you marry her. Other forms of sexual intimacy, you'll be put to death. So here you go. Here it is. I give you the Hebrew, tafaz, shakab. I go through it, detailed analysis. So, but just to read commentary, tell me, well, this scholar says this, yeah, but I can give you 5,000 other scholars who say something else. So here we're going to go, okay, right here. Let me read this. Following study Bible says, Deuteronomy 22, 20, 29. Preceding legislation dealt with cases of rape involving a woman already married, or engaged. So it deals with it early in the chapter. The ruling outlined here is addressed in cases of seduction in which it is assumed that the woman was or may have been consenting to the sexual relationship. It's not rape, dude. And I give you many commentators. So that's not going to help your case. The Bible does not sanction that a woman has to marry her rapist. That's a misreading of the text. But